Hello, I am Hafiz Marzukhi and this is GE Backpack. I have been given the rare opportunity to travel around Malaysia in search of local communities and learning about their wants and needs ahead of the 14th general election. After visiting Perlis and Kedah as the first two states on my journey, it is time to visit my home state of Penang, the Pearl of the Orient. Okay, so I'm now at the Pearl of the Orient, Penang. I'm actually a Penangite and I'm actually by the side of the first Penang Bridge, and we are going to explore several things here. Among others, of course, we're heading over to Balik Pulau, not just for the durians, but for something else. Want to know what it is? Follow me. So hey, I'm now in the middle of the Balik Pulau town, which is part of the Balik Pulau parliamentary seat, the biggest in Penang. And in fact, it has 3 state seats, namely Pulau Betong, Bayan Lepas, and Teluk Bahang. So the unique part of Balik Pulau is it's considered different because the access road to here is unlike other parts of Penang. The roads are much more windy. It's harder to access as compared to other parts of Penang. But nevertheless, it is a very much important area because it's considered one of the island's last green lungs. Upon short conversations with the locals, I discovered that most are content with the current pace of life. While most of the elders prefer Balik Pulau to remain as is, there are some who agree with the younger residents that change is needed. However, the change must come in a form that does not destroy the beauty of Balik Pulau, but one that complements and elevates what is already here. Another issue that I have also chanced upon is land contestations between villagers and developers. So I've been to several places within the Balik Pulau constituency, talking to villagers, talking to locals, looking for places of villages which may be entangled in land contestation between the villagers as well as the developers. And one such place is here in this village. I'm meeting a third generation settler here. His name is Malik. Let's meet him.
Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Cik Malik.
Ya, saya.
Apa khabar?
Baik.
Okay.
Sila.
So, Encik Malik dah berapa lama dah duduk kat kampung ni?
Semenjak dilahirkan lagi sehinggalah sekarang. Dah 54 tahun.
Betul lah kan, generasi ketiga tu.
Generasi
betul.
ketiga, insya-Allah ya.
So, saya faham Encik Malik, kita di kampung ni ada kes berkenaan tanah yang melibatkan pemaju dan sebagainya. Boleh Encik Malik ceritakan sedikit seberingkas tentang perkara itu?
Okey, kita di sini dikatakan penduduk asal di sini yang telah tinggal di kampung ni lebih daripada, macam saya kata tadi kan, lebih daripada keturunan dah generasi yang ketiga, dah mungkin dah 80 tahun dah tinggal di sini. So dalam masa yang terdekat ni datang pihak maju untuk mengambil alih untuk buat dalam projek perumahan lah macam tu.
So, buat saya difahamkan masih lagi di peringkat awal perundingan tu. Setakat ni apa yang dah yang kita boleh katakan lah yang dah dimuktamadkan setakat ni?
Setakat ni pada peringkat awalnya untuk perundingan kita serahkan kepada peguam yang dilantik oleh penduduk untuk berurusan dengan peguam bagi maju. So bagi penduduk kita tak mahu pada wang tunai tadi. Kita nak pada rumah yang diganti dengan rumah yang lebih selesa pada penduduk.
Therefore, I asked Malik himself what sort of development that he wants for the area that he calls home.
Saya dah katakan bahawa kita penduduk tak menolak pembangunan, tapi pembangunan yang nak dibangunkan biarlah bersesuaian dengan apa yang ada sekarang ni. Kalau nak dibangunkan penduduk dengan pendapatan yang sedikit dan dibangunkan dengan pembangunan yang ratusan ribu yang penduduk sendiri tak mampu, susahlah. Tapi nak bangunkan, bangun dengan bersesuaian dengan pendapatan per kapita penduduk di sekitar kawasan sini. So kita boleh survive dan sama-sama kita boleh dapat rasai pembangunan ini juga
baru berguna,
boleh berguna untuk rakyat. So kalau didirikan pembangunan yang ratusan ribu yang mana asalnya dikeluarkan, dimasukkan yang baru, so no point, maknanya orang asal itu dah tak ada, yang baru dimasukkan.
Most shared Malik's sentiments and believe that development should not come at the expense of the inhabitants. So Encik Malik is not the only one affected by this issue. As you can see, this area, this whole village is affected by this particular development. So I'm meeting another villager just to get out his perspective on current things. Let's meet him.
Tapi siap yang apa-apa pun kita mesti macam pemaju tu mesti persediaan pada orang di kawasan ni rumah dulu bagi mereka nak keluar. Mereka tak boleh ikut mereka bagi sorak suruh keluar. Itu tak betul jalan lah kan. Kita mahu semua ni. Kalau boleh kalau mereka nak buat macam mana pun, kalau boleh mereka kena buat rumah di kawasan sini juga untuk orang yang kemampuan. Tak payah pergi yang susah-susah macam kan. Yang tu ialah.
Bagi pendapat saya, yang paling penting sekali sekarang ni pembahasan yang boleh memuaskan semua pihak. Sekarang keperluan mendesak adalah rumah yang paling mendesak. Jadi kalau pemaju nak ambil tanah ni, jalan yang paling cantik sekali, rumah ganti rumah. Itu yang boleh menyelesaikan banyak masalah.
Kalau cakap duit nilai dia nak beli rumah.
Sekarang misalnya di Pulau Penang, harga tanah terlalu tinggi. Jadi penduduk rata-rata adalah pendatang rendah. Jadi bagi pendapat saya, rumah ganti rumah adalah solusi yang paling cantik sekali dalam menyelesaikan masalah penempatan.
So from my visit here, what I could gather is the villagers here are not opposed to developments. They're just opposed to developments that take wealth away from them, be it in the form of their houses or even their economic activities. Because for example, there are fishermen who live here. So if they were asked to move out, they have to find settlements or places which has river access in order for them to continue the trade. So it is important for the powers that be to balance the development between the physical development and also at the same time not shortchanging the people who have been living in places for decades, and some they are second generation, third generation settlers. Their families have been living here their whole life. So it is not a simple thing to do just to evict them just because the land was sold. So the powers that be should tread this very fine line to ensure that at least there is a win-win situation for all.
As housing and land are significant issues in the state, another issue that has also cropped up is the scarcity of lands. Naturally, when we do not have enough lands, we tend to find other options to expand the lands. However, does this option come at the expense of the environment?
Talking about reclaimed land is one thing. Understanding the crux of the matter is another. So therefore, I'm meeting a member of the Consumers Association of Penang to know more about this issue. Let's meet him. So, Mr. Muhyiddin, I know that this reclaimed land project over here in Gurney has earned a lot of reactions from a lot of people. Maybe you can share some of it. Has it been largely negative, positive? How is it?
I think a lot of many of the NGOs, non-governmental organizations, are against this project. Not just this part of the Gurney Drive. This is a massive project. It involves, originally the contract was for 900 hectares to be reclaimed, which they completed part of it in Tanya Topong. And then the remaining 700 over acres they are going to reclaim now. And under this reclamation, they are going to create an island the size of 3/4 of Pulau Jerajak.
That's very big.
Huge. And then you go and do this sort of thing in the sea. There must be some impact, very serious impact on environment, on the ecosystem, marine life, and even social relations, many ways. So that is why there has been a lot of objection. Most of the, I think in fact all of the major NGOs in this country are opposed to it because they know what it is.
So I think the basis of this reclaimed land is basically the perception is that Penang does not have enough land, so you have to do this. So how do you balance, if let's say in the administrator's hand, how do you balance this?
First of all, let us see. Penang is an island where there is the population is actually the rate of growth of population going down. So you can think of a situation when there will be zero growth in Penang. So the question of non-availability of land on the Penang Island itself is completely misconceived and baseless. Secondly, if you look around Penang, there has been a lot of building activity in Penang. Huge high-rises are completely destroyed. Penang was a charming place those days. It was known as the Pearl of the Orient. Now it has become a concrete jungle. You see, if you look around, if you drive around, you will see a lot of things are still empty. But at the same time, there is a high proportion of Penang population of a lower income, workers, clerks, small shopkeepers,
The
hawkers.
lower income earners.
They have no homes. In fact, quite a few of them are just migrating to Kedah, going to Kulim and other places. So instead of focusing on that problem, now they are talking about creating more land, and they think they can solve that problem. And that is misconceived. Because the type of projects they do will be beyond the means of the majority of the population in Penang. 75, I can safely say 75% of the population.
For the top 10%.
It will be for the elite, the rich elite, for the foreigners.
So, but my understanding is this project has already been green-lighted. Where do you see the future of this? I mean, what's going to happen?
Well, the reclamation, the major reclamation, only this part has started. Major reclamation still hasn't started. But it again depends on the political will of the government. Now it is up to the people of Penang. What sort of Penang do you want? Do you want a Penang with which is a concrete jungle, or do you want a green Penang? A Penang that used to be so beautiful. The sea was clean. You can swim anywhere in Penang. The rivers were clean. The air was clean. Now we have massive traffic jam. They have not solved that problem. The housing for the poor, they have not solved the problem. Then why are you focusing on this? Why are you allotting your resources to this type of project, which can only benefit the rich and the businessmen who make profit out of it?
Basically, it doesn't serve the Penang people.
It doesn't serve the Penang people.
Of course, not everything is depressing about the state. It has always enjoyed a booming tourism industry as well as strong economic outlook. However, for the sake of Penangites, the development that is carried out in the state must not only be measured by its economic prosperity, but also other aspects of the rakyat's well-being. That's it for now, till next time.